I see a little live symbol. Does that mean we're live?
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Welcome to the Famicom Dojo video game podcast. I had to, so because it was on your face when I looked away and I looked
Yeah.
back, I was looking when I said hi. So the effect was sort of ruined. Anyway, hi everyone.
I don't know if we're on yet.
There's a delay.
Oh, there's a delay? Okay.
There's a delay. It says we're broadcasting, so trust the Google, even though it was giving us heck earlier.
Okay. Okay. It didn't start a new stream. It's our oh, yep, there we go.
Yeah,
There we
we're
are.
there.
We
We can
are
do the
there.
chats. We can do the things.
We can
Uh
do the thing.
Yeah. Well, welcome everybody. We're here on a live stream for a Denshimail podcast,
Yes.
and I'm excited. I was hoping to get something a little more snazzy set up. Well, maybe we'll do that for next time.
Yeah.
But welcome. So Vinnk, what have you been doing lately?
I've been sick. This week. As you can kind of tell by my voice, it's just starting to come back now. I don't know. I've just been hanging out. I did a live stream last week. Thanks for those who joined that. That was super fun.
Yeah, I was actually there, even though I should have been watching Game of Thrones for about, I don't know, 15 minutes or so.
Yep.
It was a good time. Vinnk actually has 2 of those now. So that and a few other things have encouraged us to start live streaming the podcast. But first things first.
Yes.
Who's been watching the videos out there? They're not gonna be able to answer right away, but we've been making them. We're calling this season, quote unquote, spring into action.
Yep.
And as named, it involves a lot of physical action. And since we're old and out of shape, it's usually humorous physical action and injury and things like that. So this started with some teasers, and we did a crossover with our cohort, Retro Gamer Girl Alana,
Yes.
out in Canada there. And we did a video about jogging race, ostensibly about the Famicom game jogging race. And that was actually a lot of fun, but man, was it a lot of work. And I don't just mean the running videos. I mean the actual making, editing, putting together the video.
Gosh, how long was it between the time we the time it actually came out?
Boy, I want to say I recorded my footage in like October.
Okay.
I think we edited it, started doing the editing in like January. This is just how things go, and we don't want it to be that bad. So I'm like, the next one won't be so bad. And it only took me 5 weeks to put together. I've actually like actively working on it. So as you can probably guess, that makes it kind of hard to keep up with the release schedule. But that Owen Don and Elite Beach Agent joke was really, really important to me, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it because oh man, the other part of that is my editing software is just not great. And Alana and I were actually both using the same one to start with, and we both hate it. So we're looking for options, and I have something else I'm going to try for the next video. So it shouldn't take 5 weeks to do, because there are just times I literally sit there and like want to do an effect or just open up a clip quick to change something, and it will just sit and churn and not do anything. And then I apply the change, and then the overall rendering has pre-rendering, whatever has to happen. And that doesn't work either. So we're going to ditch that. We're going to try something different. I've been using this software for years, and it just seems to be getting worse and worse and worse all the time. And we can probably get a lot of time back just by using something that's not a piece of garbage. Or we can do things like live streams, right? And that's always easy.
Yes. As you can tell by my wonderful video quality, this is super easy. Oh, hey, Earth Dragon Productions. A long time ago, you all gave me a shout out, and I really appreciate it. Well, you get a shout out right now, Earth Dragon Productions.
That's right. Yeah, I appreciate everyone who's in the chat so far. Everyone who's joining us from across the globe right now. It's only Sunday night for me, but it's Monday morning for Vinnk. And oh my goodness, we got £5 from King Europe 1.
Huzzah! £5 from the king.
Oh, and he said, I'll read this comment since he so graciously donated.
Wow.
Oh God, I remember watching Famicom Dojo 10 years ago. It kickstarted me learning
Oh my
into
goodness.
retro gaming. Big thanks and love the DVD. Oh boy, he mentions kickstarting and DVD in the same sentence. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Uh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, King Europe. That we really appreciate that, and we especially appreciate the donation without me having to dance.
I mean, dancing's always an option. It's always on the table.
Well,
So what?
wait.
What?
It's always on
You
the
could
table.
dance on the table. I mean, whatever,
Oh, okay.
whatever.
Well, yes, that makes sense.
So I'm gonna ask this next question, see if anything shows up in the chat after I ask it. But who watched our family computer Nintendo Switch Online video that I was just referencing with the horrible Elite Beat Agents special effects and jokes? Because yeah, that took us quite a while. We've had the footage, at least the game footage from that for like since September when it first went live. It's like, I should record this. It might make an interesting video sometime. And then we were talking about what we were going to do, and Vink's like, oh, well, you should do that one first. So here we are. We did it second. But we have a whole list, you guys, and it's interesting because things keep slipping because of this. And I think there was like 12 things on there I wanted to do, and then I cut it down to just 6. And I was like, 6 sounds reasonable. That's like, it should get done in a few weeks, and we've gotten through 2 of them. I actually went through and like between all like the promos and the little clips and like the haikus and whatnot. I ended up counting like 29 videos, and I'm like, that's ridiculous. So first of all, I know from a fact, because the views reflect this, that you guys aren't watching that stuff. So I shouldn't spend any time on it. It's a hard lesson to learn. No?
No, I mean, I don't know. That stuff's our bread and butter. So
I mean, I guess it's been because it's hard to keep an consistent schedule. When we do release something, it doesn't get the traction it used to. And or the people have seen like the promos or the clips or whatever. Because last year we were putting up some promos. People complained about it pretty vociferously. And it's like, well, there's a reason. We're trying to get people to go back to the SeanOrange channel. YouTube announced that they're going to start demonetizing stuff. And we have like everything from 2013 and before. So like half the time Dojo's been half the time Dojo's been in existence, like, is on that channel. So we don't want to lose that. We have ideas for that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But so we're trying to direct people
the
back to
Hitchhiker
it.
stream that's coming in a few hours is going to be on that channel, though, right?
Yes. So for those who have been watching our Pile of Shame videos, we've adapted the format into a Pile of Shame live, where we do basically all the same things that we would do, but there's going to be some interactivity. Like in particular for this stream, what I want to do is I've played this game before. This is a text adventure by Infocom, like released in 1984. I want to do it so that we can get some suggestions from the audience, especially people who haven't played. So I'll take only wrong answers for what I should do next, and then do that for a little bit until we need to get things rolling. But for an adventure game, it's no fun if you just know what to do every step of the way and just barrel through it. There's a lot of cleverness and ingenuity built into this game that I want everyone to be able to experience first before I try to fumble through it, because I'm pretty sure I can get to the end, but I might have forgotten a few specifics along the way. So
Immortal in Flames, just he's just popped in. He or she has just popped in for a second to say hi, but has to leave. So just want to acknowledge that person real quick.
Hello. Welcome, and goodbye.
Welcome and goodbye. All right. Do you want to go through some of these comments a little bit?
Sure.
All right. Let's see. I've been told in my last stream that I don't have to read every comment, but I should try to get some.
I'm just scanning them right now.
Ones. Yep. Gene says, "Hey man, I've been listening to you for 5+ years. I bought your DVDs and the menus are broken. I still love you."
The menus are broken. What does that mean?
Are the menus broken? I've been able to access things.
I'm not sure
I don't know.
how does the DVD just not burn well? I'm not sure what that means.
I wonder if we sent you a broken DVD, we apologize. We'll get you another one.
Yeah, let us know. Send us an email or something. Sorry about that. Or you can tell us right here in the chat here. Adam Henry asks, are there going to be more Famiclones? So like the Super Play computer and stuff? Is that what he's referring to?
Oh my goodness, I have so many. I've even filmed some video of a few of them. I just haven't. Let's see. I'm excited about this one. I mean, it's a pretty standard Famiclone, but a lot of the Famiclones include like built-in games. But this one actually had a separate cartridge with its knockoff games.
Oh wow!
So I want to make a video of it, see if it works in a regular Famicom or only works in a clone. This thing is ridiculously light, so I have no idea. But yeah, usually these things have just built-in games. I've also got a Famiclone that it came out even last year, but it's already trying to copy the look of the Switch.
Oh my goodness!
It's and I did do some filming on that. I just haven't put it together yet. Oh, where is it? That's somewhere. But anyway, yeah, there'll be more Famiclone stuff if you like that. All right.
Max's Musings asks, when's the sequel to the Neo Geo affair? So funny story.
It's been written.
Yeah,
10 years ago.
Vinnk wrote a very good but very long script.
Very long, yeah.
And at the time that we recorded that, we were planning on doing a whole thing about the CD systems. So like, well, we'll just cut it up and then bring that character back for that. Yep. Which is you know what? Let's just talk about this bit then, because my plan for I don't know how many years now has been to do this stupid season 2 DVD Kickstarter.
Yep.
And it's gone through many permutations. In fact, it was the MHAT Mario who most recently reminded of how long we've been talking about doing this publicly when he linked our Famicom 30th anniversary video, or was it 6 years of Famicom Dojo? Yeah, it's one of those two. 6 years of Famicom Dojo, I believe.
Yeah.
When we first pushed everything over to this YouTube channel, so that was in 2013. That was 6 years ago.
And 5 years ago we recorded maybe 6.
No, 5 years ago
we recorded our Kickstarter video,
and 4 years ago we edited it. And then we were all set to go, and we got told by people,
which is one of the. Yep.
Go ahead.
Yep. Oh yeah, which is some of the funniest things we've ever recorded. But you know how old it is because Anna, my almost 7-year-old now, was a baby in that video.
Yeah, right. There's some good stuff in there, though.
Funny stuff. There's some really, really funny stuff.
I don't want to redo it. But so we were all set to go, and then we got told by at least one person who's in the know about these things that our video was just too long, and that was so disheartening after we spent all this time getting it set up. The good news that came out of that, though, was that it allowed us to sort of look at our like assets and stuff and how, you know, we present Famicom Dojo to you guys. So we spent a lot of time going through, updating thumbnails, getting better graphics, but you know, just like upgrading the sort of background ephemera. But that's gonna all be stuff in the final DVD set. The other thing that we made a big decision about was the reason we wanted to do a Kickstarter was we didn't think we'd have enough money to do a Blu-ray, and since we did like 1080p or actually 1080i in some cases, so that's going to be a little interesting. That we wanted everyone to have the full quality video. Well, you know, Blu-rays are expensive. I was like, well, we can't leave out people who just want the DVD, so we'll do a combo pack, and you know that costs 3 times as much as just a DVD.
That's back when physical media was viable.
Yeah. So we've decided what we're going to do instead is to do a DVD Kickstarter, and then we'll do the Blu-ray as a stretch goal, because there's nothing to stop us from doing a DVD. The only thing that's stopping us was the price, and if the price is not an object, then yeah. So, but there's also videos that we haven't finished yet that we have things from like they recorded from like 2010,
Oh
2011
yeah.
that we just haven't used, and it's 2019 now. So um it, it'll be interesting
We
bridging
have,
that
yeah,
particular
I mean,
temporal gap.
we have old scripts that we've written for a while that we're getting filmed, but it's going to come up a time of productivity again, because I think I'm at the point where I'm not planning to have any more babies. so,
And
so
neither
hopefully.
am I.
Oh, really?
I listen.
Then I win. I win the
You've
baby contest.
won. Yeah, so we should probably get this stuff going. But like in the meantime, we have things that we want to do for the short term leading into it. We have a lot of videos set up that are also scripted that we've either partially filmed or are gonna get out there. So we should be able to do that and run the Kickstarter at the same time.
Yep.
Now, what that reminding me though is that for the last 6 years we haven't done other things because it's like, oh, we can't do that because the Kickstarter is coming. We don't want people to like not have money for the Kickstarter. So, we've occasionally like released t-shirts and stuff, which have been great. And I know that there are some out there who haven't gotten theirs yet. I apologize. I am working on it. It will get there. Yes. But we decided finally at long last to start a Patreon. And we'll put a link in the thing.
It'll be fine. We were all worried about the Discord, but that's going well.
Yes, and there's also a Discord now. My goodness, we have a lot of links to drop on you guys.
Yeah, and there's probably going to be some Patreon bonuses for the Discord as well. So we'll talk about that more later. Oh, hold on, let me catch up. Whoa, the King of Europe has given us another £5. Let me read that comment. You piqued my interest in Japan when I was 16, some 10 years ago. I feel we're all old now. You know what? 26 is not old. You are a very young King of Europe.
Yes,
definitely would love to visit the Famicom Dojo. If you are ever in the area, you should. But Famicom Dojo is not like a tourist. Is not located in any tourist area. I'd say probably go to Tokyo first. But if you ever are in the area, okay. Gene says, "I'm happy you guys are still around. So are we. The way we eat, I gotta say, it's amazing we are still around."
So Clonoia Xavier is also pointing out around that the Famicom microphone episode on the non-YouTube version, so the DVD version, there's a segment with the Famicom version of Yeast, and it's not on the YouTube version. That is correct. That was a bit of consternation, some disagreement between Vinnk and myself, and at the time, so it was rare you saw a video over 10 minutes long, and I was very concerned that people wouldn't pay attention that long for like 8 minutes, as opposed to like the 6.5 it ended up being. So my argument was, well, they get the DVD and they'll get this bonus minute and a half or whatever. So I feel like in hindsight that was a mistake. I'm sorry.
But it does give a little nice thing for people who buy the DVD. So that's
right.
kind of nice.
That does remind me that DVD was released just about 10 years ago. And it shows.
Yeah, I still think it has an amazing menu system. I'm really
when it's not broken, it's an amazing system. I agree.
I still remember that I was like, "Hey Sean, I got this great idea for this menu system," but it was just kind of like one of those things I say, and then Sean like didn't hear from him for a couple of weeks, and he's like, "I filmed it," and I'm like, "You filmed what?" He's like, "That menu system you were talking about," and I was like, "I was just spitballing," but it turned out so good. It turned out so good.
And we've filmed some things for the season 2 menu system too already, so we won't have aged for those parts of it.
Macefield says, "I bought a Famicom and a Famicom disk system with Super Mario Brothers thanks to your video on the Minus Worlds. Even though I already knew about it, it was still fun to watch. Subscribe forever." Thank you, Mace. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right.
Brad Payne Jr., you want to read that one?
Oh yeah. Hold on. Oh wow, we're getting behind.
Sure are.
First of all, the King of Europe threw us another £2 and said, "Give us season 2 DVD." we will try. Okay, Brad Payne says, "Hi Sean, Vinnk, how are you? How are you too, Sean? I've been playing Star Fox Zero, and quite frankly, it's amazing. It takes a bit to get used to the motion controls, but good nonetheless, despite what other people say. I still got to try it. Did you get Star Fox Zero, Sean?
I never did, and I was curious. Is that the one that comes with that bonus TV? Yeah.
I've got Star Fox Guard because I got it for $2 last time I was in the States.
Oh wow!
Somewhere, and I like it. Platinum helped develop that one, but
sure.
I hear mixed things about Star Fox Zero, but I'd be willing to give it a try. It's just actually I don't know if it's ever. I don't know. Like by the time I get back to the States again, I think it's going to be harder and harder to get Wii U titles.
Yeah, they're still around. I haven't been really looking for them myself yet, but I've seen them at the retro stores.
All right. Nintendo Power 64 says, "Hey." Then Nintendo Power 64 says, "Hey." Then Nintendo Power 64 says, "Hey."
Don't encourage him.
Hey. Hey, Nintendo Power 64. Hey.
Right. So Elizabeth Clark says she started watching Famicom Dojo during the first Winter Dojo, which means great, that worked. We were never able to make that kind of thing work again. We filmed things ahead of time. Some of them were filmed like a year ahead of time. We edited them, and then we had a release schedule. It's like, well, they're done already. And like during that time, the only thing that we were actively working on in production was the data recorder video, which was like, the big episode that we wanted to put out. And, it ended up being, I guess unsurprisingly, the most popular one out of that set. But that entire set has been very popular since we did it like 4 years ago. And we've never been able to build up a backlog like that again. Like the next year was pretty good. We had some breakout hits with like the Super Game Boy 2 video, which wasn't supposed to be as in-depth as it was. But as I was working on it, I'm like, man, I really need to add more stuff to this. And then it got really popular. And then the Gaming Historian did a better version of it like a month or two later. So I'm like, did we influence Norman? Norman, we know where you're watching this.
Yes.
We know.
Oh, yeah. Like Game Dave does that to us all the time, too. He
does not.
Okay, he doesn't copy us, but no. In fact, it's one of those things like I thought of that movie first in my brain. Because in our planning sessions, we should do a video on this, whatever, and then he must have my house bugged.
Oh, right, and then it comes out like
because a video will come out a couple months later, and we're like, well, no need to do that one anymore. He's got this one covered.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, I think the last time we really had it together was
Europe one. Sorry, I didn't notice.
What'd you say?
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. I'll go. Just notice King Europe 1. 20 pounds. Thank you so much.
Dude, hold on to your money so that you'll get the we'll get it. The Kickstarter isn't active yet. I think we're gonna, yeah.
But thank you. You formed so much of my late teens and early 20s. I love your content. Please continue producing, and please make more physical content. Big love from Cambridge, UK. Big love from Kyushu, Japan.
Yeah, dude. Big love from Wisconsin, USA. Dang, son.
I was 21 when I first watched you guys, and I'm 30 now, says Earth Dragon Productions. You know what? You're still a very young person. Let's see. Okay. Oh my goodness, we got to catch up with the comments a little bit. Which Animal Crossing owl is your favorite, Sean?
I don't play Animal Crossing.
You don't play Animal Crossing?
No.
Really?
Not because I don't think it's good. It's just a game like that would consume all of my time. Like I don't play Civ 5 anymore for that reason.
Yeah. I understand.
There are a lot. I don't play Candy Crush anymore for that reason. Although I did go in out of morbid curiosity, and I stopped almost immediately because they were like pop up after notification after whatever, and I couldn't even play the level. And when the level was done, I couldn't go on to the next level. And I'm like, I'm out. Forget this. Ridiculous.
Brad Payne, Vinnk, I will get you a copy and ship it to you in Japan. Well, are you talking about Star Fox Zero? Oh my goodness. Well, we'll talk later. Data recorder is still my most favorite Famicom Dojo video, says Elizabeth.
Oh my gosh.
That's definitely one of my favorites as well. That's definitely one of my favorites.
Oh man, Game of 1C, aka Dan.
Whoa,
Dude,
30 bucks.
I mean, if that would get you a DVD, I'm just saying.
You got it. Yeah. We are kind of blown away by this. We kind of forget that they have that ability to send a tip or a donation or whatever. So whenever we see one, we're kind of like, whoa.
Well, I think what this is helping me to feel is and realize is that if we do a Kickstarter, it will come. The money,
people would,
it'll be there. That's one of the things that has been sort of kept me from pulling the trigger earlier was like, well, if we put all this work into it and put it out there and it fails, especially the Blu-ray goal, then like, you know, so we kind of like going back and forth, like, do we make it like, you know, we definitely want the Blu-ray out, so that's the goal that we set, and then we fall short and then no one gets anything, or do we do DVD tier and then the stretch goal, but then the stretch goal is like 3 times as big, and then we don't get the Blu-ray anyway because people are like, oh, they met their goal, they're done. So I don't know, what do you guys think about that problem? Why don't you tell us in the comments, and we'll take that into consideration. So that reminds me, we mentioned the Patreon earlier, so that's very low level. I think like the highest tier we have is like $5 a month, and it's called You Might Get a T-shirt. No, sorry, I think that's the $3 tier. The $3 tier is You Might Get a T-shirt. And for 3 months, that's wrong too. I think the $5 tier. Well, I'll figure it out. There's a You Might Get a T-shirt tier, and you got to be on it for 3 months, and you'll get a T-shirt. So that's the might part. Is that 1 month won't do it, but 3 months will do it. Because we want the support. Of course, you can always give more than
Sean. Your stream is kind of going in and out.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, so this is not a good sign of things to come for Monday. I got even a new modem and like 100 megabits a second down and 10 up, and you should think it'd be fine. And I'm even wired, and I'm not wireless. So you'd think, but no.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Are we coming in a little clearer now, guys? Maybe not. Maybe no one can hear me now.
there's a delay.
Oh, okay. I can hear you, but the video went frozen. Still now the video's frozen.
I'm looking at it from the live window. It looks okay now.
Okay, good. Oh, good. Okay.
Good gravy. Everyone see the nice shiny gnat bite I got on my forehead? That's really good for being on camera too.
What happened?
It's a gnat. It's springtime in Wisconsin. There's a lot of sand around this part of the state, and there's just gnats everywhere. So one tiny little grain speck size dude gets a hold of you, and this is what happens 2 days later. 3 days was when it gets real bad.
But anyway, I should read Game Apartment 1C's comment.
Yes.
Hey, you two, here's to the show that helped to inspire me to get into content creation on the web at large. Here's to many more years of Famicom Dojo. Please keep up all the awesome work in your lives and for the show itself. Thank you. Please put your link up. If people don't know, Game Apartment 1C is doing some amazing Game Center CX inspired live streams and really cool videos on Famicom Disk System games. So please put your link up there, and anybody who's interested in that, please click and give them a sub. Brad Payne Jr. says, so Vinnk, I turned 30 this year, so am I still quite young? Yeah. Yeah. I within the 2020 am going to be hitting 40, if you can believe that. Oh, now that I've said it, everyone's like, oh, 40. I'm gonna go find a younger channel.
Oh, good Lord. I was reminded of something recently that our friend Nick Izumi, who we've joked as being the young Vinnk, I just realized is now older than we were when we started Famicom Dojo. So he's still younger than you in temporal time, but we can't do like a post 2007 young Vinnk with him anymore. Although we used Rob Matsushita as a young Vinnk who's older than both of us.
Yes.
So whatever.
Yeah, I just I watch my children grow up through Famicom Dojo videos.
Sorry, there's some things being auto hidden that I'm.
Oh, okay. Angry PC Engine Nerd still makes me laugh every time I watch it. Yes, that's one of my favorites as well. Hey, Sean, did you really cry at the end of the data recorder video, or was that an act?
Of course it was an act. I mean, yes, that was very sincere.
All right. Oh, no, don't cry, Sean. Don't cry.
All right, it's fine.
All right. Just another. Oh, King Europe, another 2 pounds. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll let you finish crying.
He's really, he's really pounding us.
Yeah. Says just another quick thanks for making me a retro gamer. You know what? I so appreciate that we would have any impact on people's lives. You know, last time I streamed, I heard the same thing from a lot of people that say that Famicom Dojo was an influence on them for the positive, and it just blows my mind. You know, we started doing this just kind of for fun in the days where YouTube people would literally ask back, "What's that?"
Yeah, no
you
kidding.
And we're still around somehow, and we're so happy that people like what we're doing. Game Apartment 1C says, I think doing the DVD and then having the Blu-ray as a stretch goal is definitely the way to go. If we get a Blu-ray, awesome. If not, happy to have the DVD. Thank you.
Yeah, and then we won't have an excuse to not do it, because people have been asking us for that Super Famicom episode for so long, and there's always been like, well, you know, we'll finish it when we do the Kickstarter. So, you know, how did that go? But like the other thing is that we've gone through like 4 scripts. Like, we want to get this right, and I think the last one that we actually got close to filming on, Vinnk very rightly said, this is not there was like this whole like trial framing device that I had written,
the Phoenix Wright treatment.
Yeah. And then he's like, you know, this is good, but this is not appropriate for the first outing with the Super Famicom, and so we've had to start over. And there's literally just so much to talk about, and it's really hard to whittle it down to the pieces that really matter. And then he even mentioned, like, you know, we didn't talk about the Mode 7 stuff, which is really important. So it's gone through some more iterations, and I don't think it's even done yet still, but it's in a much better place than it had been before. And then we learned some things about how the NES2 and AV Famicom came to be, and how that relates to the whole Super Famicom and Super NES thing. So I'm kind of glad we didn't jump right into it, because we were going to do a video about that anyway, but there's more interesting facts that we can work into it. So we're hoping to get those 2 videos as like the capstone for this storyline, plus whatever happened to the ninjas, right?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, the ninjas. That tree that was a framing device isn't there anymore, right?
It's still there. It's just that there's a bike path in front of it, so I gotta kind of zoom in a little bit more, kind of crop things out, so you can't get the full grandeur like you used to, unless I was like really clever and decided to put like some kind of grass overlay on the bottom there. It might work. I've thought about doing it before, but yeah, it's still there. It's still there, and we've used it here and there for little cameos and whatnot. The Winter Dojo thing, actually, that was supposed to be a stinger before the Super Famicom episode, I believe, because it was supposed to show the progression of time over the whole season, and then of course we never did the episode. So then we did Winter Dojo.
Yep.
Around those clips that we had already, and that ended up being a good choice. I think. So speaking of seasons, I wanted to jump in quick and just tease a few things that we may or may not do. I can't promise that we're going to do any of these things now because I've just explained what happens when we try, but I'll mention the ones that I'm very sure we're going to work on.
Yeah.
All right. I got my video list here. Okay, so like Vinnk mentioned, we're doing the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy live stream on Monday, 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time. That's
in like 13 hours from now.
That's in third, yeah. That was supposed to be on Saturday, which was Towel Day, which is Douglas Adams' birthday. But due to several factors, I wasn't able to do it on that day. So we'll do it. Monday's a holiday in the U.S. For those who don't know, it's Memorial Day. So, but I'm gonna remember Douglas Adams. How about that? So the next one we wanted to do that I'm going to work on in the new video editor is Pokemon Go themed. And I won't say much more than that, except it's actually Pokemon Go and Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu themed. And it builds to something at the end that I'm just so proud of myself. And if you understand my humor, you're probably groaning internally right now. But I'm so proud of myself for getting there. We'll see how it turns out. And yeah, there's lots of little things. I've pushed some stuff into the summer. So we're gonna focus on wrapping it up. Oh, I thought I had more stuff listed here. I'm sorry. Lost my train of thought.
Colin is saying we need to do 6 seasons in a movie, and considering we haven't finished season 2 yet, that does mean we will be doing Famicom Dojo forever.
Right.
But in the movie, who would be Vinnk in the movie?
Vinnk.
Vinnk as Vinnk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he'd do it.
What about that guy from Shaun of the Dead? What's his name?
You want like Scotty?
Yeah. What? Oh gosh, what's his name?
Yep, I'm embarrassed too because all of a sudden I'm totally crapping out here.
Oh,
wow, we're old.
He could play me.
He could play you? Yeah. What's wrong with Vinnk? Not good enough for you?
No, Vinnk would be great. Vinnk would be great, but like I don't know if I want to play a character who can also run modded Genesis games.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, Vinnk
Simon Pegg,
totally play me.
Right? That's what you're thinking of?
It's Simon Pegg, that's it. And Zach Braff as SeanOrange.
Okay, all right, guys. New goal. We're gonna have this Kickstarter. We're gonna finish this season. We're gonna have a lot of amazing episodes, new videos coming up. We're gonna do a new future retro series, and which we were supposed to launch last year, and we didn't. And so speaking of Star Fox, Zero Star Fox 2 is the first one that we're gonna cover. There are like these are all like done with pre-production. They're ready to go. So we just need to time it right. Yeah, I'm excited for what we have coming down. Thanks everyone for their patience. Thanks for the donations, because it keeps us going, and we can convince our wives that it was a good use of our Sunday nights or Monday morning in your case.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the podcast technically. So why don't we talk about the podcast itself?
Sure, let's talk about the podcast.
So you may have noticed, I think I'm getting all choppy again.
You are chopping out, man. Now I see nothing. Now we've just got the logo. Oh, here we go. Oh dear. All right. I told you not to connect with that 56K fax modem.
Good grief. I mean, this is why I used the wired connection so that I wouldn't have this problem.
Okay, hold on. I think you might be getting better. Nope, we still have a pig problem. Okay, wait. No, we're good. Okay, it's
back. Oh, good gravy. Okay, So yes, the podcast. So this is for those who don't listen to the podcast. This is a quote unquote Denshimail episode, which is something where we talk about Famicom Dojo, the state of the video, something we started doing, I think, during Winter Dojo, if I'm correct, because we couldn't keep the regular podcast going as much at the same time.
Yep.
So we would talk about the videos, get people interested, and get some cross-pollination going. Last year, we tried some video podcast stuff. So we took some of our favorite episodes, stuck them on the YouTube channel, and I'm getting bad again, it looks like.
Yep.
And that was okay. People haven't really been watching those. It's not really great. It's not really, it's not good to begin with. So we also did our first official podcast live at No Brand Con last May, 2018.
Yes.
And you may have noticed that if you are avid podcast listeners, that hasn't gotten into the feed yet. Still a year later. I'm sorry. There's no good reason for that.
We also recorded that our look back on Reggie when we heard he was retiring, and now he's long retired.
Well, I wouldn't say long retired. It's just been a few months, right?
I suppose. It's
like it wasn't like 9 years ago, like some other things I could mention.
Yep. Sean, are you actually connecting through a Famicom modem right now?
Yeah, it seems like that might actually be the case. I don't know. Like, not only do I have a new cable modem, I also have a new router. So you'd think that I wouldn't have any problems at all, but no. That's not how things are happening today.
Well, whenever you connect lots of new things, everything always works perfectly.
Yeah. We having technical difficulties during live shows is kind of our thing. Unfortunately. So with that in mind, we've decided that we want to do a lot more live podcasts, you guys.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, people seem to like it. I mean, we got 29 people watching right now. That's really awesome.
Yeah. So what we've been doing with the audio only versions are we, like I said, we put a few of the full episodes up, which we're not going to do that anymore, I don't think. But we've also like put up like the haiku and some selected clips from those podcasts. And since they are audio only, we've had to do some creative things with the video, but it's not really geared for video. So we're going to try and do more of these. Except for with an actual podcast topic and not just talking about ourselves. Yeah. And we'll see how that goes. And then the audio version will drop later because obviously we always record these ahead of time.
Yes.
I really wanted to show my new streaming setup that I'm using for the Hitchhiker's Guide live stream tomorrow. I was going to do a podcast version of everything. I just couldn't get Vinck's Skype video to come into it. Everything else was ready to go, and that was like the one piece that was missing, but it was also the most important piece. So
yes, yeah, I might be text only on the Hitchhiker stream tonight, and that's okay because I mean you're going to want to kind of focus on the game going on anyway.
Right, that's fair. Although I've watched some other live streams, just kind of get an idea for like the feel and the verve and just because I'm not great live. We're better taped, as Vinnk likes to say. And
yeah, we are better taped.
I really wanted to get an idea of what to do, and in a lot of the ones, my favorite ones I watched, there were two people to bounce off each other. So doing it just me is going to be one thing, and I'll be interacting with the chat, but it's not going to be quite the same as like a couple of people jawing back and forth or having the same feel as the podcast does. Because that's why I like our podcast too, because I don't know what's going to happen. I usually script things very heavily, and I'm a huge control freak, but making the podcast is a very different thing, and everyone who listens to it anyway seems to like it. So we're hoping to get more video viewers into the podcast this way.
I mean, the podcast is definitely listened to less than our videos, but those kind of become our super fans because I think they get to know a lot more about our real personalities going through there. Speaking of connecting with the fans. We have a Discord. Should I spam that right now?
Spam the Discord. Actually, do you have an invitation that people can use? Because I think the last one
I can put it right in the. I can put it right in the stream.
We'll drop it in. We'll stick it in the description too.
Yep.
As well as the show notes once the eventual audio version of this comes out.
There you go.
Beautiful.
So you guys can feel free to join that right now. Well, or after this stream is done, but yeah.
Right.
And we hope to see you there.
Does Discord have a desktop application and NDI I can hook into? That's my problem with the Streamlabs right now. Okay, well, what happened to my forehead? Well, I went over that.
Say it again. It's important.
I don't want to. I have to find a way to like I'll do like a headband like in Star Trek 4 to cover Spock's ears, you know. It'll be the same kind of thing. So yeah, if you guys have any ideas, so if you're here now, how many people listen to the podcast? First of all, I know some of you do because you've mentioned it in the Discord and stuff. And speaking of which, I believe Brad Payne Jr. wants me to let it be known that he's Famicom with a 0 on the Discord. So hello. I figured that was you because you were talking about some things from the Discord. So yeah. So Vincent's like, yeah, you can just put it up with a static image, and I've done that. You know, I even have a counter of like each segment and like the timestamp for that segment.
Yep.
And it's not a lot of work to do, but it's not getting a lot of views. And I don't want a lot of low view things on the channel. Because there's certain optics about that I like. I've actually started hiding things that were getting low views that are things I'm not going to really be trying to push going forward. So on both channels, both the Famicom Dojo and SeanOrange. So anything that's like a promo that served its purpose and no one's watching anymore, that's hidden now. It's unlisted. You can get to some of this stuff through the playlists still and through our website. It's all linked there, but people aren't going there. They're not watching it now. It's not. The other part is sort of letting YouTube know like which things we value out of our channel, and we don't want things that are getting low views and low retention for YouTube to be counted in their algorithm. So there are, I don't want to say good reasons, but there are considered reasons for why we are or aren't doing certain things. These live streams, for instance, like, you know, might be good and we might keep them up for a while, but the video version might end up getting unlisted eventually. If no one's after the first maybe month or so, if no one's really watching it anymore. But you can always listen to the podcast, and every time, this is something that's really good about the podcast that isn't true about the videos. Every time we rerun an episode and stick it to the top of the feed again, it gets a whole new round of listeners, and that's partly because a lot of people's podcast clients just download them again automatically. So we don't know if you actually listen to them, but you know the numbers are there.
So yeah, please. Speaking of things that are going to get a low number of hits, but that we're excited about, we got a video coming on Wednesday, right? Wednesday, right? It's scheduled.
Yes. You have you put together a nice quick one, and those are the
on
things.
The go.
Yep. I've kind of pulled back from my more aggressive release schedule. I was going to try and do one a week, but when I don't have them done a year ahead of time, I can't really do that. So I'm going to try and do one every 2 weeks and see how that goes. So if we can slot these littler guys in between, then that's what I'm happy to do that. Now I've been trying to do these littler ones like leading up to the bigger ones, but it feels like they're not getting the traction that I would like, because there was one about Midwest Gaming Classic I put on the SeanOrange channel that was really fun, and it took me a little bit of time. So I did that actually between the jogging race video and Famicom Online one, and I thought it was interesting. There was some good stuff there. It was a lot of fun. If you haven't watched it yet, I actually tried to stream through a Game Boy camera and the Famicom microphone. It's a lot of fun. It was a fun little experiment. I figured out why I couldn't stream live, and I think I can fix that for next time if anyone's interested.
All right. I
But
think so. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, so we are they're mentioning here in the chat that it'd be good if this podcast was on Spotify, and it is. We're on Spotify now, you guys.
Great. You want to throw a link up there?
Do I need to? You just search for it in the Spotify.
I have no idea. There's no Spotify in Japan, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube-ish. We're on
Zune.
No, we're on whatever the Apple thing is. iTunes.
Whatever.
There was some other name I was thinking of. Yeah, so let me start over. We're on iTunes and our RSS feed and Spotify and Stitcher. I mean, it used to be called Stitcher Radio. I guess it's just called Stitcher now. Kind of like how Dunkin' Donuts is just Dunkin'. Like, don't mess with me.
Wait. Dunkin' Donuts is just Dunkin' right now?
Yeah.
Well, Baskin Robbins 31 flavors of ice cream in Japan is just 31.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so if you say that, like, there's 1,000 locations for Baskin Robbins in Japan, but if you say I'm going to go to Baskin Robbins, they're like, "Oh, is that your friend?" You know, because they only know it as 31 or 31 ice cream.
That's interesting.
It's so weird.
I have also seen more 7-Elevens in Japan than anywhere else.
Oh yeah,
I'll just put that out there.
There's tons. Well, apparently Mr. Donut was originally an American franchise, but there's only like one existing location in America now, but it's all over because they all became Dunkins.
Oh, Dunkin'. All right, I'm dropping the link to the oopsies to the Midwest Gaming Classic video.
Oh, great.
In the chat here. There's also there's a couple of clips of it in there too. There's also an extended session from the 1 hour panel that Frank Cifaldi from the video game history museum and Howard Phillips of Nintendo of America. They've been working together and will be working together for the next 5 years on like preserving all of Howard's records from his time at Nintendo. And he had some amazing things to say. And I grabbed the highlights of the clips that I was actually able to record while I was there. And that's on the Famicom Dojo channel also as an on the go. So I'll drop that link in there too. But if you guys haven't seen that yet, I really recommend checking that out. Because I don't think I got every new piece of information in that panel, but I had heard him say things that I had not known previously. So, and I always got him and Howard Lincoln confused for some reason. Why is that?
Jody Anthony just donated $1.99 to make me say butts.
I mean, Jody, you the man, Jody. Jody, who actually of Four Color Rebellion also got to go to Midwest Gaming Classic with him in 2016. I think that was the first year that the Nintendo PlayStation was shown. It is real.
2006. 16, right? 16. Okay, good. Although, I mean, it's possible.
So, yeah, we do a lot of things, you guys, and it's like I was hoping for the Famicom video to have done better, but it's actually doing really good. Like there's lots of comments on it. There's lots of upvotes. People I've seen have been sharing it across like Facebook and Twitter. So thank you very, very much. I just don't know why more people aren't watching it. We've gotten some great comments. In fact, let me read some YouTube comments now.
Oh, please. But first, Traydorn Productions has donated 99 cents. He did not specify what for, but here's a free butts for you.
That is the low cost butts. Like you really need to hold out for the
sorry.
extra $1.
Oh yes, you're right.
Before you
You're
just give out any butts.
You know what? That only gets you the single butt. So butt.
It's a one cheeker.
It's
right there.
Okay. A cheaper butts. Yes. A friendlier, more efficient butt.
So speaking of Midwest Gaming Classic, the Matthias78 says, "Hey Sean, it was good to see you at MGC. This looks way too convoluted for my limited mind power, so I'll file this away for later." That was in reference to the Famicom Online stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So some people like Biffy Tannen here says that I honestly thought I had to buy an extra Japanese online subscription to get the Famicom games. Good to know I can just use my regular online account. Thanks for the vid. So there were some people. I thought that by now, because it's been since September that this has been out, and director Brian, who he credited in the video for showing us a Twitter video of this process, which we then turned into a 10-minute video with stupid Owen Don and Elite Beat Agents jokes.
Yep.
Because that's how we do.
That is how we do. The most convoluted way possible, including jokes that only we find funny. Yes.
And speaking of jokes only we would find funny, Jody cannot donate just 69 cents. Sorry, Jody.
I mean, what kind of butt you gonna get for 69 cents when you really think about it?
A tight one.
You only get butt.
Oh boy.
Oh no, don't let this be our new thing. I'm really worried that if we keep going with the butts thing, this is going to become our new thing. So, all right. Anyway,
apparently Bethany Downs got her PS1 at the same gaming generations where we recorded our little on the go for the Winter Dojo 3 days ago. So about a week and 3 days ago.
Oh my goodness.
So that's pretty funny. Oh boy. Is there anything else? Yeah. So it's interesting. Speaking of the video stuff, it's interesting what happens over time when we just don't do a whole lot for a while. Things happen that like I couldn't have planned for. So last year we did the NES Classic Edition top 10 tricks video, and originally that was just like kind of a throwaway section in the overall Keeper Heap review that we did. And I was like, actually there's a little more here I want to expand on, and every time I have that thought, I'm learning that's the thing that people actually care about, because comparatively no one's watched that unboxing. Which I expected. Like the whole idea was to build up to the actual review. But we dojoified that whole thing and made it a proper train your game segment. And we were rewarded by that by having it be like one of our consistently top watched videos over the last year, which at least for a little while was being watched more than the Famicom data recorder video, which is our consistent like baseline top watched video on that channel. And then surprisingly, like coming in like number 2 or 3 depending on the week, the Retron 5 review, which like I only got that thing because I wanted to do streaming with it, which I haven't done yet, but that's part of what the whole Pile of Shame Live thing is going to be about. But I did that, and then Vink's like, the Retron's really controversial. I'm like, is it? I mean, I know about the whole emulation thing and them stealing essentially a lot of the technology for it, but also there's like people have concerns about the quality and other issues. But I literally want it for 2 things. I want it for streaming and I want it for save states. And I
want it for the translation patches.
So 3 things. Yes, the translation patches, which I demonstrated in that video. But that again, it was like the same format. It was Keeper Heap, unboxing, demonstrate the stuff, and it wasn't watched as much. I wonder if I had removed the unboxing, if it would have gotten a lot more hits now. So I'm learning, you guys. I'm learning what you actually what you actually like. Oh,
Yeah.
Famicom, the Vulpix wants both of us to say butts
Butts
now.
Malone.
Both of
Butts
you now.
Malone. Okay,
Butts
we
Malone.
got to set this up. Okay, 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. Butts
Butts
Malone.
Malone.
I wonder if that synced right. I have no
I don't
idea.
know. It sounded good on my end.
All
Trey
right.
keeps dropping money at us. So
Okay.
I guess for this one he actually added some text. People should listen
Okay.
to Stormwood and Associates, which is a podcast. It's not Dungeons and Dragons. I forget what game system it is. On the Nerd and Tie podcast network. Also home of BS Free Witchcraft. Also home of the Nerd and Tide podcast, the only podcast with a dress code. See, that's what you got for $1.99 plus all the other donations you gave us.
Wow.
So I think,
Wow.
yes, you're welcome, Vulpix. That was great. I agree. So yeah, speaking of podcasts, I'm going to tease something. Can I tease something?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm going to tease something. This, well, I guess it's not as appropriate because I had the stinger in the Streamlabs version of this that I was going to set up. But these last sets of podcasts, the ones that we haven't released yet, and this one are going to be the last ones you're going to hear from us as part of the Little Podcast Network, mostly because Little Podcast Network actually hasn't really existed for the last few years, and we've just sort of been keeping it.
Hold on, Sean, you cut out. You cut out.
God,
you cut out. Hold on. Just give it a second. You're just a spinny whirly bob right now.
Spinny whirly bob.
You're a spinny whirly bob. I think people can still hear us. I'm not sure. Can
all right, I gotta say things to I don't know, it's looking good on my end.
Okay. Okay. Can people see us now? We're good.
All right. So
okay.
So yeah, the Little Podcast Network really isn't a thing anymore. Shows have been dropping, either aren't being made anymore or whatnot. I'm not sure if Born in the 80s is still going. So it's them and us, and really just us. Oh, okay. All right, we'll get to that, Elizabeth. Good grief.
Yeah, that's going to be really good on the audio version of the podcast.
Right. Well, maybe we're gonna
maybe we can insert a narration, and this is the moment where Vinnk dabbed, and here is the moment where SeanOrange dabbed.
Well, now we're doing it before. Okay, well, let's take a little break and dab. So I'm gonna go.
Okay, you go first.
I'm gonna try not to kill my headphones at the same time. So there we go. Wait, that was really bad. That better. I got 2 dabs for the price of 1. I don't dab, you guys. I'm old. All right, Vink's turn.
I'm letting the feed catch up to make sure that I can. Oh man, those are good dabs. I don't know if I can do this. Okay, okay. Let's see. Oh my goodness, I cannot. Oh man. Oh, how can I refund $1?
Is that
those were not great dabs. All right.
There's only $1 worth of dab. It's fine.
Yeah.
Where was I? Right. So Little Podcast
okay,
isn't the thing anymore. So it's still in there out of habit because it just sounds nice. I like the way it sounds. It's a good stinger.
Littlepodcast.com.
Yeah. So fear not. We'll be joining another podcast network eventually. Soon.
Yeah.
Soon.
Yes.
We'll let you know soon.
Hint.
How about that? Once we get the whole streaming thing figured out and we can actually bring in Vink's video properly and do these with nice overlays and transitions and all these cool things that you'll see in the Hitchhiker's stream tomorrow. Yes, you will see also with this. And that's part of our transformation on YouTube, you guys. We're trying to keep it modern.
We're hip. We're with it.
Do what the kids are doing. God.
I hear Normal Boots has some openings. Ouch.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah. So fun story. I sent them like a YouTube page thing because they didn't have an email address on the website. I think it was during one of those times that they were not officially together anymore.
Yeah.
So I think it was like right in the middle, but they of course never replied. Let's see if
Yeah,
I have any
yeah.
normal.
Well, I guess we dodged a normal bullet there.
Oh goodness. Yeah. Nope, I don't see it.
Oh,
Anyway,
someone's paying attention to my games are in little bags. Yeah, most of my games are in little. Well, not most, but these are the ones that I'm selling on my store. So they're mostly my duplicates and stuff. Yep.
you have a lot of Switch games. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, yeah. You want to see those? Hold on. Yeah, I do. And these are just the regular ones. I got some special edition stuff that's other places.
I have like maybe 6 that I've opened, and then 3 more. I don't have a lot of physical games, to be honest.
I can't help it. It's limited run. They do this to me. They're like,
Mm.
this game's available for 2 weeks. I'm like, must buy. Like I just picked up Dragon's Lair the other day.
Oh, did I miss my window on that?
No. You've still got like I think there's 10 days left on the pre-order.
Okay.
So anybody listening to this on the podcast version, sorry, you missed it.
Yeah, you almost certainly missed it at this point.
Yep.
Yeah, they keep doing that to me, and the next one, or the most recent one that I got, you know what, I'm not going to tell you what it is, because I actually recorded a video about it, because I tweeted, what game did I get from limited run? I have no idea. It could be anything. So I'm probably going to release that to Facebook or YouTube eventually. It's just a nice little thing, little in-betweener.
I still have this thing to do, an unboxing of.
I can't tell what you're tapping.
Oh, you can't tell what I'm tapping? Here,
No.
I'll tap it over here. Hold on.
Well, now your
like
pop filter's in the way. Oh, what's in the box, Vinnk? What's in the box?
What's in the box? It is a limited run game number 1. Yes.
Really?
And you helped me acquire it.
You got a number 1.
Yeah. It's a limited run number 1.
I also have a number 1. I think you helped me acquire that one too. I think we switched those things.
Yes, we did.
How did they both happen to be number 1?
What? No, because one's a limited edition and one's the box set.
No, but I mean, how did we both get out of those 2 runs? How did we both get the number 1 of those runs?
No. It's game number 1. It's their first release. They number each of them.
Oh, okay.
So let's see. So like take my Battle Chef Brigade. This is limited run number.
And you froze.
Right there.
Number what?
Of course I froze. It's because I was actually doing something. It's because I was actually doing something visual. Yep. Am I unfroze now? Whatever. Yeah, whatever. That's, you know what? It's because I tried to do something. If YouTube has shown me time and time again that I should never try to do
So, I'm starting to rethink this whole, hey, let's do some live podcasts thing, because I mean, I thought in my soul, it's like, what we can do is we can just do a podcast, because part of the reason that we're so behind on the audio versions is because it takes me about 3 times as long to edit as we would spend recording it. And because of that, I can't do video stuff at the same time. Like if I spend a week on this, like that's it. That's my whole week of free time doing video work. So I get the podcast out, and a few hundred people might listen to it, but the video can get thousands of views. So it's like, which one do I do? So I was hoping what we could do is, we do a live podcast. Maybe we edit in a few of the transitions, add the haiku, add the intro, and then we're done.
Yeah. Cut out a little of the video froze,
Yeah, but like, if we have to do this 10 times in an hour, oh, you're frozen, wait for it to catch up. It's like, it's going to be the same thing. So it's not going to be any better, but at least we'll have it. At least you'll be able to see it when it happens, and we won't sit on it for 6 months, like episode 150.
Something
4, like which never came out. Something like that. Yeah. So we're working on it.
Hey, Sean, can I spam something right now?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So I have a YouTube channel as well, and I've been doing live streams, a few of them. I've done 2 just this month. And it's just me playing, just aiming the camera at my old CRT and just playing some video games. But if anybody would like to join in, I do them every now and then, and I can put a link up in the show notes. Or just search for Vinnk.
Yeah.
Here, let me put a link up right there. But yeah, just search for Vinnk, and yeah, I did a stream last week at this time, and it went pretty well. I really enjoyed it.
I still need to watch more of your first one, because I watched the first few minutes of it, and I was always meant to come back to it.
It was 4 hours.
Oh, the second one was 4 hours long. The first one was much shorter. The second one was like congressional testimony, which I also do listen to / watch. So I'll get through it all eventually.
Cheesemeister has just told us that unreleased Famicom game Indie the Magical Kids sold for 1.5 million yen last night.
And that might sound like a lot, but 1.5 million yen is like $83.
Not quite, but still. Oh man. Oh man.
Is that 15? Wait, God, I can't do my math here. Hold on. I'm gonna do.
It's about $1,500.
$1,500 or $15,000.
Sorry, $15,000. Yeah. Because a million yen is about $10,000.
Okay. Yeah,
hey, Sean.
That's nuts.
I'm a millionaire.
Yeah. Me too.
Not quite, actually. Not quite.
Yeah, is it so? That's funny. It's like in Japan, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Really only got you $83,000.
Yeah, it's really not 83,000, like 8,000 something.
8,300. Oh, that's right. Yeah. God.
Who wants to put a down payment on a moderately sized minivan?
It's not even 83. Oh. No, wait, that can't be right. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is $8,300. Right. That's terrible. And that's terrible.
Oh, the people in the feed are talking about the Koshu Denwa song. Yeah, that's on my channel too.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna let Cheesemeister's link be shown. There we go. So you guys, if speaking of video stuff and YouTube and whatnot, if you ever find yourself going down the rabbit hole of like looking for ways to promote your channel, first of all, don't pay anyone any money to do it. Get a refund if you do. Secondly, I put up a 3 instead. Secondly, what I have found for the most part is that it's not so much you're not going to game the system. You're not going to outsmart YouTube, right? It's just not going to happen. What's really kind of going on is that you're sort of being trained to work within the system, and you're not going to rise to the top that way. I've gone through a few phases where I've like tweaked the keywords and changed titles and descriptions and whatnot, but I'm pretty sure that the biggest keys to success are consistency, quality. Well, even quality is debatable. Consistency seems to be the most important one. And
a good haircut.
A good ouch. Calling me out, man.
I am not calling you out. You still have hair. You have luscious, luscious, flowing hair.
You're fine.
I am.
But you know the things that make the best connections, like you know, let's say you use Nintendo as a keyword, you might get listed in the Nintendo keyword, but there's like going to be like 100 videos uploaded after yours. Like it's not going to last very long. So you can find your niche, find a niche, stick to it. Like there's all this commentary and recommendations about here. Why don't you be a trend chaser? Go to the search box at the top and type in what people are searching for and make a video about that. And I can't think of anything more cynical.
I can. We just dabbed for $2.
No, that's humorous because
Ah, yes.
um
It's right though. It's absolutely right. Like this YouTube dragon, we can never really chase it to
right.
to any place. It's a young man's game these days.
Oh, geez, Master. I mean, I could read that Japanese, but I certainly couldn't translate it in real time. Ah, boy. Uh, so, what I'm trying to get at is like I feel like I've optimized our stuff as much as we can optimize it, and the only
Yeah.
thing for it now is to just make new great content, which I really, really want to do, and we're really, really trying to make it happen. I rattled off a few things earlier about the things that we want to try to do, and I guess at this point, all we need is your support. You guys have been sharing and talking about our stuff, and we just need more of that.
Thank
And
you.
yes, thank you. And thank you for the donations, because that's, while encouraging, like, money isn't stopping us from doing more of this. It's not the primary.
If it hasn't stopped us so far.
Yeah, it hasn't stopped us so far. It's not going to, for the last 12 years, you guys, almost 12 years we've been doing this. It won't stop us next week. So the thing that we want is to just share it with as many people as we possibly can,
Yep.
and with whomever would be interested. And like the days of like Powit TV are gone. That's like got like 60,000 unique subscribers or unique visitors a month. And that was a great time to do this show when we started it. That really helped launch it off. There were a lot of websites like back in the day that have come and are now almost all totally gone. That helped us promote our first DVD, for instance, once it came out. Like, you know, we had a lot of peers, and now all those people are younger than us, and those websites are gone. And those peers have, in a lot of cases, moved on to other things, and we just haven't taken the hint yet. So
we're stubborn. We are
very
so
stubborn. But there are other people who are out there who are doing this stuff, and they're doing it well. And we can do that. It doesn't seem that hard, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, TV has been gone since 2013. That's part of the reason we went to a separate channel. We were actually, all right, I can tell this story now, because why not burn another bridge?
Sure.
We were actually trying to get onto Retroware, and we had an in. So we got to talk to some of the top creators, and you know, I wrote up this whole thing about what Famicom Dojo is about, linked to some of our favorite examples, and just kind of got this message back like, oh, you know, we'll take a look at your channel in a bit and let you know what our decision is. And they came back and said, yeah, so we don't really think that your channel's retro enough for Retroware, but thanks for applying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? We have a show called Famicom Dojo. That's, you know, I gave them the whole like mission statement of the show, which is to explore the history of retro gaming through Japanese import gaming. Like, how do you not? So I don't know what the real reason was. It very well could be that they just weren't interested and looked at the channel and saw all of the Powit related, like, contemporary content, the keep playing videos, and the non-gaming stuff that was on that channel. So that in no small part led us to make this the Famicom Dojo channel, which in retrospect was a mistake, because we could have 15,000 subscribers now on one channel as opposed to 7.5 across two, which helps nobody. So there's this tipping point we could have reached years ago that might have made things different for us. But we're at that point now. We have 7,500 subscribers on the Famicom Dojo channel, so we're real close to 10. So we want to cross that barrier. I want to blow past that barrier. I want 50. I want 100. I want that shiny play button, you guys.
Yeah, I want my play button. Yeah, right. I keep seeing that.
We can only get one play button though. We'll have to switch back and forth.
No, okay, here. You can have the one that we get when we get 100,000 subscribers, but I get the one when we hit 1 million.
Okay,
that's a deal.
All right, that's a deal. I think that's fair.
And if we keep going at this rate, we'll do it before I turn 700.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, if you go to Social Blade, you can see when we're going to hit a million.
Oh, really? I don't want to look at that. No, never mind. I don't want to. I don't want to.
No, I'm doing it right now. Hold on.
I don't want to do that to myself.
No, I'm doing it right now. So, it's based on a lot of factors that, it's assuming a flat average over how many years. Like every once in a while we get something fun happen, yep, Seth Rogen will mention like the duck hunt trick, and then someone writing an article about that in Gizmodo or whatever,
and with a link to our video.
Yeah, because it happens to be like the top link for that keyword. So there's something to be said for having good
French
SEO.
Website mentioned something about our 3D special at one point, and we got this tremendous influx of French gamers coming in just like randomly. Yeah,
it's amazing. So this is what's really funny about this. Social Blade rates our grades, quote unquote, our website or our channel as a C+. We're like
that's
908. Well, listen though, we're like 918 100,000th subscriber ranked place or whatever. Clearly not totally amazing, but like if you go to like some really big YouTubers, like the ones who have like millions of subscribers, like in the same genre, what do you think their grade is?
I'm guessing it's not a C-.
No, it's like a B-. So like we're in this weird spot where we're not gonna, get into 1 million subscribers means nothing to YouTube, means nothing to Social Blade. It's
no.
To us it'd mean a lot.
Yeah, I would like that.
But all right, let me see if I can find the trends here. So
while you're looking for that, I'll read Cheese Meister's comment. I will. So about this game that they're not. So this game that sold for a whole bunch. They're not gonna. The seller said they're not gonna dump it, so other people won't get a chance to play it for protection. They said, I will protect it as a Japanese treasure. So they don't want it to come out in repos. So they're just going to hold on to it. I'm of two minds on that one. I mean, my main mind is like, but I want to play it. But, I guess I don't really have the right to play it. I didn't make it or buy it, but yeah.
So did they just make the one cart, or like why did it sell for so much?
It's like a prototype or something. It was never released.
I mean, this is like the opposite of preserving game history.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like there's nothing altruistic about this.
I mean, if the dude doesn't want to put it, I mean, if he's going to just hold on to it for preservation's sake, he's got to at least make a couple copies and get it out to a museum or something, or at least, somewhere,
Get a hold of Frank Cifaldi and get him a copy.
Yeah, because otherwise, the silicon's eventually going to degrade and it's just gone.
Right.
So.
And Ben Heck won't be around forever to fix it, you guys.
Yep.
Okay, so
he'll be around forever.
He will become a cyborg, fixing our retro consoles forever. Ooh, Ben, that's a great idea for a movie. Think about it.
That is a good idea.
Okay, so according to Social Blade, we will have 10,017 subscribers in January 26th, 2022. You know what, guys? Let's set a new goal. Let's hit 10,000 by the end of Spring into Action. So that's gonna run through the end of the summer.
Okay. That's a nice goal.
That's a nice goal. I had that goal for last year, but then we didn't, all those videos that we recorded didn't get finished. Yep. So we're finishing them for this year. So having a 1 year lead time is going to help us a little bit. But yeah, that's my goal. I think we can do it. We have a Discord now. We'll have a sweet Kickstarter.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Well, we're putting these more of these podcasts on the YouTubes. I guess then I don't really have much else to say then. I've gotten it all out. Listen for more announcements about the podcast going forward. Watch some more sweet videos. I'm hoping to get so if you're listening to this in the audio version and you for some reason didn't watch the Pile of Shame live stream for Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, please go watch that. After a while, I may make like a highlights reel of that, but I'm gonna focus on getting the other new videos out first. The way I see it basically is that this is how we kind of do the pilot stream videos is we just play for a while, record, and do a highlights reel, and that's what you see. So why not double dip a little bit?
Yeah,
just putting that out there. Okay, so this projection doesn't go out far enough for a million subscribers, but we'll hit 1 million views in 2023 on this channel. A combined 3 million between the two channels at that point. So let's beat these goals, you guys. I think we can. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
So all right, let's wrap up the chat comments, and then let's call her good, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
And you can cut this out of the of whatever the audio version of this comes. But if anybody wants, I'm still awake. I've already had my lunch, so I am thinking of jumping in and streaming off my channel right after this. Anyone want to join me?
Oh God, the chat is blowing up so much I can't keep track. Matthew Rivas says we should subscribe with all of our accounts like PewDiePie did. No, yes. I'm sorry I even mentioned him on our show. Oh, good Lord. Yeah, so Jody is saying that he's wearing his shirt around. That does help. I mean, we don't make a ton of profit off those t-shirts. Like we make way more off the DVDs. We don't do the shirts to make money. We do the shirts because we want to give something back to you guys. Like, you know, we're only able to make shirts for you because we can afford to, basically.
Yeah.
And so if we can basically break even on ordering them and getting sizes to everyone that wants one, then that's enough, really. Just making people aware and doing the work. And yeah, Batchford92 says he legit loves wearing the shirt. I'm wearing the Famicorner one again, which I wore in the Family Computer Online video, because it's a good shirt. It's a good logo design. Game Dave nailed it.
Oh yeah, it's really. I wish we had done that one.
Nintendo Power 64 says no more spamming. I assume he's referring to like the promos and stuff. That's fair.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be doing much.
So yeah, as for t-shirts, I know people like I've had lots of requests for like the physical. Definitely look into getting more of those out, especially as Patreon comes. Also, I'm thinking of doing maybe a little bit of a giveaway as well for people who subscribe on the Patreon. Like, you know, if you've been in it for a few months, you're eligible for, I don't know, something from my room. You know. Anyway, we'll talk more about that later. Remember when Larry?
Oh, I'm rolling back and I'm seeing some. Sorry, what'd you say?
Oh, I just said, remember we got a comment from Batra92 saying, remember when Larry Bundy wore a Famicom Dojo t-shirt in a video? Which
I sent that to him.
That?
I don't know which one it was, but I sent it to him as a thank you for something.
Yeah.
It was years ago. Oh, which by the way, hey, anyone in the UK, can you help me out here? Like I've heard it said that like the import prices for things from America are pretty steep. And it's ridiculously expensive for us to even ship things outside, even to Canada now.
Yep.
It's like a minimum of $12 for the DVDs to get out there, which is more than we're charging for the season 1 DVDs. So we just don't ship those internationally anymore.
What's really, well, you know what? If anybody really does, I've got a few copies right behind me, and I can ship from Japan to an international address for about $6 or $7, actually, which is crazy. It's way cheaper than shipping from the US. So if anybody really does need one of these, contact me. And if you make an order from, like, I have a web store anyway, and if you're making an order from there, you can throw one of those in. The shipping doesn't really add much to it. So should I link my web store?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, hold on. Let me. In fact, I think.
Yeah, put up the Patreon,
Yeah.
Vincent says. All right. Yeah, yeah. So the other thing is like I don't want to promise to do more content just because we're getting paid for it, because again, the thing that's stopping us is like real life and our jobs and our families, and I don't want to say those things are diametrically opposed. It's just it's just the time.
Stupid family.
No, it's just the time. and so for like doing this, like, you know, we have to arrange it so we're not spending time doing other things. So like I like doing this. I want to do more of this, and I have an understanding at least that more of this will be happening. But we're already trying to find a sustainable rhythm for what we want to do.
Yeah.
I'm guessing like maybe after this season is over, like a video a month is probably all we can manage, and not like a terribly complicated one either, because we're gonna need to take a break.
Yeah.
But like if we're all okay with that, I'm going to try the, you know, one every 2 weeks and then fillers in between. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So yeah, yes, I agree. People are clearly wanting more from us. So
and I mean,
the stuff that we put out's got to be good enough, though.
We are, you know what, it doesn't though. Have you noticed YouTube? It doesn't, like, one of the things is, I think one of the things that we're focusing on too much is we're trying to be perfectionists. I mean,
Right.
that last video almost broke you, Sean. I mean, trying to get everything to be perfect in there. But it may have been something that we should have just like tried to, you know, get out there. It's hard because I'm the same way. I don't want to just put out any old garbage, but at the same time, that's what successful YouTubers are doing. Not saying that everything they're putting out is garbage, but like a lot of the things, until they get very big, and even after they've become big, a lot of the things are just kind of people talking over video. Jim Sterling, for example, a lot of his videos are just him ranting over, you know, some random gameplay footage, and that's enough these days. But I don't feel like I could make a video like that, because I don't know. My idea of YouTube is still that it's a TV show on the internet, but it's not, is it?
So isn't like, you know, Sungwang Pro ZD did a pretty good transition, I thought, from Vine over to YouTube, but YouTube is kind of antithetical to the model that most YouTubers are to what he's trying to do, where like he's got videos that like last a few seconds. There's no way that they're gonna put he's gonna put like a pre-roll ad on that, because they want to watch it.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
So that's not how he does things. So like in our case, if we don't have to worry about the advertising as much, then we're not gonna, you know, we're not gonna necessarily add YouTube ads on things, because it's not helping us. It's not hurting us right now, as far as we can tell, because we don't have like non-skippable ads at all anymore. I think we had a few that were out there, but I've taken them all down now. But I mean, that's the only thing that we've gotten. So I've seen people say, yeah, put the Patreon up. So I'm like, all right, we'll just do it and see what happens, I guess. Oh, the video I had trouble with, Nintendo Zilla 98, was the most recent one, the family computer online one. There were a number of issues I ran into, actually. So not to bore everyone too much, but like the thing that took the most time were all the graphical jokes about Elite Beat Agents and Owen Don. I really like the visuals of it, so I really wanted to do it. And then it also applied to a previous Owen Don joke we had done. So I actually released a clip with those new assets over that, because it cost me almost nothing in terms of time to do it for both. Once I've done it once, but like you can't spend that. I can't spend that much time doing a throwaway gag like every time. I don't have Game of Thrones money or time to throw out this stuff. Like if we had like a dedicated special effects person, we could just write this anytime we wanted to, but it's us. It's just us doing the filming and the editing and all that. The second thing I mentioned a lot earlier was the editing software I use is buggy. It crashed a lot. it just you just sit there and wait for it to respond to your input. And I would waste hours, days, even like out of the last several weeks I spent working on it, just not worth the time. So better tools, keeping the video content a bit calmer. People have complained they don't really care for all the dumb jokes anyway. I don't care because that is the content, son. That's where we could just read a Wikipedia entry and make a video and probably get like 1 million views, but I wouldn't feel like I deserved it.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
I don't want to do that. I want to find a happy middle ground. So
a happy milligram?
Sure. Colin Swinburne says, so what you're saying is a massive quality boost when you get 6 million people, $6 million per episode. Yes. We will have sock puppets.
Yes. I mean, not really good socks, but not name brand.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, hold on. We got a Megan. Megan says, greetings from Nagoya. Hey, hello. Hello. You're, I mean, in the neighborhood, as it was. This is my first stream.
Wow.
This is the first stream. This is the first Famicom Dojo stream you're watching, or this is your first stream?
Because if it's your first stream, we can't really just end it on, like we were planning on doing like 5 minutes ago. Oh no.
Goodness. Are you guys also based out of Japan? Half. I'm in Kyushu.
Yeah. The only thing I know about Nagoya is that's the place that we were always trying to go to in our Japanese classes when we were discussing like directions and stuff. So, I'm always trying to get to Nagoya from Tokyo.
I went there about 15 years ago to watch sumo. I saw the Nagoya Basho there. Nice city. All right.
So I guess with that, it's your first dojo stream. Yeah, we haven't had a lot of them. So, but hopefully your second one's tomorrow if you're not busy. Oh, I guess it's going to be the middle of the night for you.
And if people are still awake, as I said, I'm gonna jump into my channel. Here's a link right there that people can follow. That one will start in about 15 minutes.
Cool beans. All right. Well, thanks everyone. We'll get this one up on the audio version eventually, but we're first and foremost looking forward to the after Vinnk stream. We're gonna do the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy one. I'm really excited about that. I haven't played this game in a long time. I even bought a mostly complete Feelies box, which I can't wait to dive into and show you all. So, which reminds me, Vinnk, you should totally do an unboxing of that brown thing.
Is it the Apple II version?
This is technically a Tandy version, I think.
Oh, okay.
The disc isn't in here. It's just the Feelies.
Oh, okay. I somewhere back in the United States, I have an Apple II version of it, but the Feelies were gone. I bought it secondhand.
Right on. Yeah. I don't want to say more because I'll say it in the stream. I'm going to say
okay. Yeah, let's leave it.
So the last comment I want to address is Famicom the Vulpix says, I saw the Lego Dimensions video, Sean. You are a major nerd. I will say that the special effects I did for that were way less time consuming.
Yep.
But Back to the Future is my jam. I'm just saying. All right. So I guess until next time, then the dojo is
butts.
Yeah.
Butts.
All right.
Thank you everyone for watching. Again, hop over to the other stream, but more importantly, get on the Hitchhiker's Guide stream. Sean,
I'm going to drop that link in the.
Drop it in right now.
In the thing that's on the SeanOrange channel for those who didn't hear earlier. So,
Megan, you didn't miss this. Well, you missed this stream, but if you want to keep talking about Japan and stuff, I'm gonna be over in another stream right here.
It says set reminder still, so that's good. Yeah, this one's gonna have all the nice, sweet effects, you guys, and hopefully it won't drop quality like it had been. There we go. The Checker's
But
Guide.
Sean, you need to sleep. It's getting late there, isn't it?
Ah, it's not even 10:30.
Matthew asks, is there a real Famicom Dojo shop? Yes, there is. There is a real Famicom Dojo shop. And not to be confused with the shop that I run, which is Japan Retro Direct. But a lot of the stuff from there comes from the actual real Famicom Dojo shop, which was the inspiration for naming our show. And you can see a couple of our videos that take place in the Famicom Dojo actual shop. Do a search for Hero Reacts. Hero is the one of the shop workers and really cool guy. Great musician.
My next favorite beyond that is the Neo Geo special.
Oh yeah.
Which the Famicom Dojo shop has a cameo, and a very important cameo.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I like it very much. Anyway, all right, that's it. That's all for me. Go say hi to Vinnk if you have time, and I'm going to rest up and get my phalanges all limber.
Yeah, limber up your phalanges. Okay. All right.
All right.
Sean,
Later.
did you need to jump on Skype after this, or are you just gonna get some sleep?
I'm gonna get some sleep.
Okay, then I'll send you the Audacity stuff later.
You can message me. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.